chronic fatigue syndrome can be very debilitating. Last week, we spoke with Laura Jane, a chronic pain patient who has over 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. Her channel is called Laura Jane Laughter, Lifestyle, and Creative Musings. Now, Laura talked about her diagnosis, how she was able to find support after finding out about her condition, and I encourage all of you to click the link below, subscribe to her channel, and get some great information about recipes, do-it-yourself videos, and odd beauty videos. Now, today we welcome back Laura to the show. Laura, how are you today?
Hi, I'm really good today, actually.
Laura, what's it like living with chronic fatigue syndrome?
It's interesting. It's terrible. I don't want to sound too negative, but it's not fun. In a way, it takes over your whole life. It stops you from working, it stops you from socializing, it stops you from doing normal day-to-day things.
What is your greatest struggle today?
Today, well, because I have been seeing such a huge amount of improvement, thank God, it's just food issues really. Like, when I eat certain things it makes me feel sick. I don't know why. I don't think I'm allergic to anything. And I'm trying to build my fitness back up because I still get quite tired because I've lost so much of my muscle and, you know, just general fitness by being in bed and being bedridden for so long.
Now, how have you handled struggle throughout your entire journey with chronic fatigue syndrome?
One thing that I particularly like to talk about when I made my CFS videos was keeping a really positive mindset, because CFS is something that debilitates you so much, and I can understand how it's very simple to fall into a really deep, dark depression because you go from having such a fruitful, normal life, doing lots of adventurous activities and things like that, to being essentially bedridden. And so it's something that can really hurt you because you lose friends and you lose family and connections with people, and it can make you feel quite isolated and alone. So keeping a positive mindset, I think, was one thing that really helped me through. I mean, amazing support from my friends and family obviously helped in that, but I talk about choosing happiness a lot because I think even though your situation sucks, you gotta find one little positive thing. And I used to like to joke about how at least I gotta take naps in the middle of the day. Who in the real world doesn't wish they could take naps in the middle of the day? But other than positive thinking, I think it's always just about looking for answers or looking for help and finding, you know, a community. And there's a great community online for other people who understand and can support you through it.
Now, what are your thoughts about CFS being an invisible illness? Do you think that's true?
Yeah, it's definitely true. I mean, you know, there's some illnesses which, you know, have outward effects, but I think most illnesses are, you know, somewhat invisible. CFS more so because you look healthy, other than, you know, your big dark circles under your eyes and that kind of thing. But if you met someone on a good day, they probably wouldn't be able to tell, as long as they weren't around you for more than 5 minutes.
Now, did you struggle with people who didn't know you were suffering?
My friends were really good. I mean, I don't think any of them quite understood what was going on or what it was called or what was completely happening with me, but they were very relaxed about it. My friends are really chill, so they were just like, okay, Laura's just doing her own thing. A lot of my kind of, oh, you're not sick thing came from when I first got it and I was battling to get to work every day. My employers didn't quite understand what was going on and I was having to leave my job, and it was a very weird transition time. And also, comments on my YouTube videos, that was one of the hardest things to deal with, was people, even though I was explaining what was going on in my life and what chronic fatigue was, it was something people assume you made up because it's not something you heard of all the time and people just assume you're being lazy.
Thanks, Laura. You really have some truly compelling answers that I really think a lot of our viewers who are watching can relate to. Thanks again for being on, and we will see you again next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
And we hope you enjoyed our chat today with Laura Jane. Please be sure to subscribe to her channel by clicking the link below, and also be sure to tune in next week for the final part of our 3-part series on chronic fatigue syndrome, where Laura and I will talk about treatments that worked for her, advice for current patients struggling with CFS, and lifestyle changes that also have worked for her. And that's another dose of pain news brought to you by PainDoctor.com. For more information about stories about chronic pain, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Thanks, and have a pain-free tomorrow.